You know, we talked about Sunday family meal, for instance, and you basically just get what I'm cooking. Well, sometimes somebody, you know, I'll ask Facebook, anybody have any ideas? Or if somebody says, oh, I was thinking of coming in on Sunday, what are you making? I'm like, well, what do you want? I'm like, I don't have a theme yet. Yeah, so if they'd be like, oh, I want coq au vin, I'm like, done, I can do that. I have the power.
I'd just like to know, what really got you to get into the cooking world, you know, when you first started out?
I've really been cooking my entire life. I've been cooking since I was about 8 years old. My dad used to sign me up for adult cooking classes. He would sign himself up and then he would drop me off.
Wow.
So even when I was about 10 years old, I was taking cooking classes with adults, Italian cooking classes and whatnot. And
unbelievable.
Yeah, so I've been doing it my whole life. It's kind of pretty much what I always knew I would do.
Yeah, so when you got...
That's the hope, of course, to make people feel comfortable, like this is their place where they're recognized and people welcome them back and appreciate them being here every single time.
Yeah.
Hot food in or on cold time.
I think a lot of people now see just chefs on television and think, you know, the business is all roses and whatnot, and just don't know what all of those chefs, even on TV, how hard they've worked to even get to where they are there. And people are like, oh, they just tried out on this one show and now they're like an instant success. No, I mean, there's a lot going on in that person's life before then. Whether we, you know, like them or not, or agree with their cooking philosophy or whatever, doesn't matter. They were doing other stuff far before that happened.
Yes, ma'am. This is an awesome soup.
No, I'm originally from outside of Philadelphia. So I lived about an hour outside in a town called Coatesville. And I worked in Downingtown, now home of Victory Brewing. The craft beer and bourbon bar was really what I wanted to open. Something even more casual, because I saw that there are so many beer places in the city that had great beer, but they, in my opinion, had kind of mediocre food, you know, or not thoughtful food. Pretty much use it mostly as a private event space. I do a lot of private parties there.
Oh, there you go.
So people that want to do a happy hour at the Belfry, and they're like, there's 30 of us. I'm like, well, I can't do 30 people as a happy hour in the Belfry because it's so small and intimate, which is why people like it. I moved them over into collections space.
Oh, that is...
I moved to Kansas City to take over the executive chef position at the American Restaurant.
I've always loved cooking. I've always had a passion for it. It brings people together and it makes people happy. That's why I like cooking. And I'm pursuing it because I'm passionate about it. It's something that really interests me, and I think you should follow what you want to do.
I actually started out in engineering, but I found that I was spending most of my time, you know, thinking about food and just the creative aspects of it. So I switched over to the culinary arts because, well, like Jade said, you know, it really does bring people and cultures together. You know, it's one of the things we think about when we think about traveling. You know, when we think about a set of people like Asians or French people, you know. So I just really, and I love eating. It's just the love of eating really brings about the love of cooking, I feel.
The advice I would give a brand new cook at JCCC would be, man, you better love it, because you're going to be here all the time.
Yes.
So if you don't love it and you think it's kind of like glamour work or something like that, then this probably is not the profession for you.